ụmụ Igbo ndewonu ndị ọma na-anọnyere m oge ọbụla m batara n'ọgbọ tata ana m anabata unu niile na Voice of the East nke ejikwa olu ndị Igbo wee mara. Onye mụ na ya nọ tata bụ otu nwa okorobịa mara ezigbote mma ọ na-achị ọchị. Onye anọ bụ onye ndị bekee ihe a na-akpọ important, ọ dị very very important in our community n'ala Igbo. Aha ya bụ Ben Kingsley Nwaoshara. Ọ bụ na ịmaboghị, ọ bụ na enubeghị afọ a ka nye gị a backstory to Ben Kingsley. Naro Maromarobi ọ dịka naro 2020 ka 2021 mana ọ ga-akọwala anyị ọfụma. I think it's 2021. He was on the street, ọ nọ n'ụzọ, and o nwe nwatakịrị, obere nwatakịrị mgbe ahụ ọ kpọbatara n'azụ ya, kpọtara nwatakịrị a n'azụ ya. Tata anyị ga-anabata Ben Kingsley Nwaoshara. Ndewo nwoke dị mma.
Ndewo, daalụ.
Daalụ rienne. Testimony. Hi. Sonom hi.
Hi.
Okay, tata Ben, ndewo, anyị na-anabata gị na Voice of the East. No.
Daalụ.
Okay.
Ndewo.
Okay. Actually, enwegasị little question, obere ajụjụ m ga-ajụgasị because enwe ndị na-amacharo akụkọ gbasara gị na testimony. Tata ị ga-akọwatụrụ anyị ihe gbasara gị na testimony, ka unu si bido, ka unu si aga, olileanya ị nwere ebe testimony nọ, mana m ga na-eji nwayọọ nwayọọ na-ajụ gị ya. Nke izizi m ga-ajụ gị bụ biko, mgbe ị fụrụ nwatakịrị a n'ebe odina na anyasị a, kedu ihe kpaliri mmụọ gị? What motivated you ije si ka ị kwuru nwatakịrị anụ? Maka ama m na otu ala anyị Nigeria dị kịta, ọ bụrụ mmadụ niile ga-afụ, ụfọdụ ga na-atụ egwu maka ịma na onwenu ka ụbọchị dị, so ụfọdụ nwere ike ịdị na-atụ egwu na-asị ama mmakwa ma ha kwuru jekwuru ndị uwe ojii ma ọ nwee ihe a ga-emegonu ụmụ ihe dị otu a. Gwagodo anyị ihe kpaliri gị, ihe kpaliri mmụọ gị. What motivated you to ikpọlite?
So that night I actually didn't intend to pick up a child and start training a child. I'm just a single person. I'm not even in a relationship, so I'm just as single as singlehood could be. So that moment I'm back from a party, a friend's event, a birthday party actually. So I'm n'abalị ebe m na-eje ka m jee maka chi ejigo ndị mmadụ anasịsigo abata m n'oge abata m late, very late. So I just was using my touch to find my path, So I was walking towards the crossroad where I could find a tricycle, a drop that would take me home, because I don't think I could find a bus then. So as I was walking, kaneje full seriously, I thought it was in fact, for me to even turn back to beam my touch on it is actually a miracle, because it's something I never thought. It just casual, something just like we're walking on the road in Aganos of full here no. So I saw it and I just turned out of reflex, chair kumnia obo na n'ọkwa mmadụ ụjọ ebe m na ntibezi mkpu. So I started crying, but at that instance I thought no, a dead baby. So I thought no, onye nwụrụ anwụ ka ọ bụ onye obere nwa nwụrụ anwụ tụfuru etufu. So I started screaming and shouting, and so the few persons that were around, they were now gathering. Why is this boy shouting and all? Ndị ọkada na-agbatasi, ndị na-anafia ha na-agbatasi and all. So at that point, that was when she tried to raise her head up to know what was happening, because she was already tired and just laying low there, because as far as that situation was concerned, she was never fed or given water, so she was just there, lifeless. So that was when she turned to look up at what was happening, the noise and the gathering. That was when I knew she was now alive. I was now telling people that this baby is alive. So immediately I now had to. My first instinct was to rush her to a hospital, So, but what I did first was to take her to the police station. But even though I was afraid, just like every other person, because
I'm not gonna do it.
So, but I went on. Even at that point, and what I'm intention, I didn't have the intention to start to carry the child to my house and start. I just wanted to go to the police station and drop go there, but at least I got my messy. Because even it was on Diana or the far. So that was it.
Okay. So what ihe nchọrọ ịma bụ mgbe iru na nke ndị uwe ojii ahụ ama m na okay yes I'm still ihe nchọ ịjụ bụ mgbe iru na nke ndị uwe ojii ahụ ama m na a ga-ajụgasị gị kedu ebe isi fu ya emagon all those things and the rest enwelu ka ha sisi gị ọha nwa bụ ihe si gị oke ngwa gị kurie na ba ka onwe ka ha sisi gị ngwa gị azin akpọli ya go n'ọgwụ gị kpọchi ya tia and all of that ka anyị malụ usoro ime eji ajụlụ gị ka anyị nwee ike ka ndị mmadụ mara because onwe ga-anụ akụkọ anụ ọsị enyekwa gị go ahead order ịghọta ka anyị mara ma ndị uwe ojii ọha nwasị gị oke enwe usoro dị iche iche ha so to find out to make sure that at the end na gịnị anọzi kịta anụ.
Okay, n'abalị ahụ mgbe onye nrute na nke ndị uwe ojii na police stop. So mgbe nrute ebe ahụ with the baby, even onye fu that baby, she was almost dead.
Yeah.
She was almost dead, and so she couldn't even make gestures and all. So but when I got there, to my surprise, the police because four female police officers being on at the counter. Then I did this. So when I went there and I was explaining to them, there are 3 other persons that joined me, including the Okada man Bukam Wejeba. I was now explaining to them like 2 women azokwafi around there mechigo na achozi na nasina nwa no go eba for 3 days mama echana olika eche no nwugo because she wasn't even making gestures and all. So ka na nwa no go eba for since 3 days ago mmiri nine na anwuni na acha na amakwa nwa since yaho. So when the police women, what they told me was they were scared too. Yes, they were scared too. But I was expecting them. Ngwa no bụ ndị police unu ga-ama ebe a ga-akpọ nwa wee je n'abalị a ka resuscitate go dia ka enye go dia ndụ ka stabilization ka ọ dị stabilized and all you get. But to my surprise, I said, I'm not going to ebe nsikwa wee kute ya na nwa ga-anwụ nakwa n'aka they don't know what to do. Na nkurukwa nwa ga-wakwa ebe nsi wee kutekwu ya and ya bụkwa ụmụ nwoke ọkwa ụmụ nwaanyị at least. So autism called autism naka gahe kusangwa na police station and I cannot drop her where I got her,
Yes.
So what autism naka, my only business that night was to come to a party and go to my house, and continue my life.
Change your direction.
Exactly. Exactly.
And odomano ha akpatara iji wee ba nwatakịrị ya testimony kenye bugi afa.
No, nobody know what my afa. What my history. Here by members investigation with both the police, the DSP and the local government chairman of that in Kano, because we collaboratively started doing investigation to all the villages to know if there would be any identification, anybody that would identify with her, but until today nobody has come due to she's a strong baby. Actually, she's a very strong baby, very strong. So now I can't buy her testimony because even the doctors that treated her, the 3 pediatricians, one of them was saying that he has been in practice for 20-something years. He has never seen this case. That an adult can't even survive this. That was there and then I named that testimony,
Akụkọ bụ akụkọ na-anwụ akpatụ ya ka bụ na ga-egosi na arụ mkpụnụkwu ka akpatụ ibu akpatụ isi anwụrụ m. Okay, inwe ike kọwanwula challenges inwe in the early times, that's mgbe ibu ụzọ mkpọtụ ya gịnị ya na-anọ, any challenges you face go both financially and otherwise?
Okay, challenge is Ada Agotakuyo no. In fact, that the next day, I'm still a young boy who's trying to stand on. I was still, and I'm still a young guy who is trying to stand on his feet. You get so, but the next day, I think I spent financially. Thank God I had money on my pocket at that moment. That was the first aid we gave her. It drained me actually. That week I spent close to 900 and something K, 900 and something thousand and all. Yes, but the next day what I spent at an instant was 250. Yes, 250, because I had to call my friend, a female, and my neighbor. My friend basically took care of her that night. She came to my house that night and she took care of her. We baited her. I went out that night to buy food. But what happened? What are you for you? So the next day, what I did was to go to, before I joined the hospital, I just had to go to market to that's a Kabani. Just had to rush to that market and buy clothing and children's stuff. You know, it was amounting over 200. Because and even the children, all this food, because she was instantly she was placed on that, even though we didn't know what to give her, but we had to at least start giving her what children, you know, used to take, because she has already lost so many nutrients on her body. So it was so challenging. And aside from finance, aside from financial challenges, emotionally too, I was battered because I was confused. I've never been in this situation before. I've never even seen anybody in this situation before. I haven't taken care of a child before. In fact, I'm just like me. I'm just there. I'm just me. That kind of thing, you know. So because I was just confused. I had to even resign from my work. I work online then. I work online. I worked for all this foreign exchange company based in China, but so, but I had to resign because it demanded that. My attention, she needed my attention 24/7.
And your time.
Exactly, because we were going from one hospital to the other, going from one office to the other. Easy, hey, what's up? We were going from different places. We were going from here. In fact, my programs were entirely disorganized. I was so disorganized. Are you tired?
Kiki were overcome more. I'm okay, your friends, they were helping you, but emotionally, mentally, Kiki overcome more all these challenges. Baka in ihe denezo nwatakịrị me abụrụ nwatakịrị dịka ya mgbe kpọtara ya abụrụ obere ife. How were you able to overcome these challenges?
Basically, it's actually God's grace. Yeah, Amarachuku. I believe otu aka Chineke chọrọ ka ọ dị, you know. As ndị Igbo na atụ na Chineke Chukwu adịghị ebinye mmadụ nnu zitekwala ya mmiri. You get so even till today I used to ponder. I used to, reminisce on those experiences, and I was like, this is not possible humanly. Because where would I start? Okay, what if that baby died? What if the baby died in my hand?
But you know how Nigeria is.
That was my confusion then. Exactly. What if the baby died in my hand? In fact, seriously, even the doctors, they were afraid the baby might give up. Because her state, she was kwashiorkor now. I diagnosed her kwashiorkor. Wow. I diagnosed. We ran a lot of X-rays and scans. Her spinal cord. She has a spinal cord issue. That's why she couldn't even crawl with the legs. Sure. She can't crawl. She can only sit. And sitting was slouching. She only slouches because the position I found that she was slouching, seated, but her face was touching the floor. But she was seated. So that posture actually disorganized her spinal. So when we see all the scans, all these things about her ego, we started in fact, she even needed the help of a physiotherapist for her to regain her normal posture as a child, you know.
And you paid for that without anybody
Everything.
assisting.
Yes, at the onset, I started with what I have. You get? But when I couldn't bear, I had to put it online. Okay, first of all, I actually put it online so that people will know what is happening. In case the baby dies in my hand. That was why I had to put it online immediately on all my social media platforms. So that and also I had to make sure that I entered the case before napping at that police station that night. I had to write a statement and they assigned the choir too. So because over the next few months, we after coming back from the hospital, we go to the police station to make a remark on to update what is happening, to give them update on the situation, so that for security reasons because anything might happen. But
imere ofuma obuho mmadu niile ka ima ga-eme udi ha onwe anyị na-ekwu before nsị na ga-abịa na ya. So we're saying ebi what an ajule eme investigation see kedu onye nwe ya kedu ndị mebo si imago onwe emebe mmea si and all of that, and nobody came forth up until today.
Yes.
Now that will not lead me to ndị mmadụ dị aghụghọ. People are like this.
Okay.
Yeah. So actually, considering the facts, considering ihe na-eme na our society today, somebody may have weekend or do no for akoko na eche mgbe ịgbagidelu gbagide mbọ ofu agbagide gị ọpụtazi ọ sị ọkwa anyị nwa bịa nwe testimony with evidence. So actually, mama, did you legally adopt her? Have you legally adopted her?
Okay, before I come to that, after investigation, we found out that it was actually a mentally challenged woman, like a typically mad woman, that discarded her there. Probably she couldn't take care of her anymore. She was notorious in that market.
Okay.
So, but she's well known. No, by my investigation, I noticed I chopped no nyawa. No, the woman. Tufu dingwa, discarded dingwa. But later on, just about 2-3 months or 4 months, we heard the news that she's late. She died out of sickness. She just died. Maybe you see why I said it's divine. God had to dispose of the girl from her. They separate the girl from her before that happened. So about adoption. Like I said, I am also into legals. I'm a lawyer, so I know the laws we get. Yes, one of the foremost rule is this: you don't adopt someone of your opposite gender, except you are married. And I'm nowhere near marriage. You can only, and on special circumstances, as a single person, adopt someone that is of your same gender. Like if it were a boy, it would have been very easy. But let me also put this. Let me note this. Those times, one of the places we went to was to the government, to the Ministry of Gender Affairs, that take care of issues like this, that are charged with taking care of children like this. We went to that office. Within the week, we went to that office to take this child to them. At least the person in charge, the minister, the commissioner in charge of that office, number one, he didn't even give us attention. When he saw us as we are coming to the office, he started leaving and all. When he came out of the door, we told him, because I was with a police escort. The DPO, yes, gave us one of his female police women there to follow us around, and also to the hospital for them to know that this is an emergency. We came with a government permit that this is an emergency. But we went to that office, even with the escort, with everything. This man legitimately told us, shelter, enough shelter for this baby. That was exactly what the man stated. I was downtrodden. That was when it was dawned on me that, okay, it's my responsibility now, So even the government didn't want to take the baby. I was like, how is it possible that a government establishment doesn't have enough facility to take care of children like this? It's so crazy. Okay, but the thing is this. I kind of understand his position. the kind of attention this baby needs at that moment, I don't think they are too busy to give that.
But not government, so they are supposed.
They are supposed to.
Yes, they are supposed.
Or support.
Exactly,
at
they are
least.
supposed to support. Now this brings me na gwa onye ọbụla nọ na ọchịchị biko ịmala ọrụ gị kaba arụ na arụ ya.
Seriously.
Kaba arụ na arụ ọrụ gị. You were not elected and put in position for you to na-akpa agwa dị otu anụnwa maọbụ agwa dị aṅa. Biko kaba arụ na arụ ọrụ gị. Now that you're not married, and this na okwu marriage bụkwa okwu tela aka. Onye nwere mmasị n'ebe testimony no, maybe to adopt her. Ị ga-ekwe ka onye ama ya adopt?
No. No.
Okay.
She's actually a gift.
Yes.
In a very good way,
Exactly.
special way.
Considering all the processes, and everything. That's beautiful. Now, Kedi, one important lesson I like ikuziri testimony. Kedi, that's very, very like Mado Joge Sigi, Kedi he cho ka nwa anua ko in the future no ge na abia ko bolo ihe ọ ga-asị oh n'ihe daddy m kuziri.
Okay, basically, she is born to win. She's a strong woman. Definitely, I know she will turn up to be a strong woman, and there's no way she would definitely turn out to be a strong woman. Yes, but the biggest lesson I think I would teach her is humanity. You look back on how God brought you forth, and then extend that hand of grace to so many others like you. Then so many others, without hope, without life. I think that should be one of the, or if not the biggest lesson, or if not the biggest achievement, anybody can actually
Pass down.
Yeah, pass down, exactly.
That's fine.
Whatever you become in life, just make sure one way or the other, a lot of children are being given a new life and hope, to others. I mean, like I would say, God gave her a second chance to live. I would say God gave her, a second shot at life. So, and he used someone, which is me, and others who supported too. Yeah. But then she would also make sure she makes herself available for God to use her in other people's life, in other children's life. Yes. And that's why she must always know, when she grows, she would always know and understand and be reminded of, where she came from.
Yes, exactly. Her background. That's beautiful. Thank you, Ben Kingsley. Testimony. High five. She's actually a very bright child. Like, when fully anani. Everybody, light. Because they post to me na Twitter.
Really?
Light. Yes.
Like this morning?
Yes, just now. I just saw the comment on that.
Dear.
You may only light. Because of, she was doing my makeup. The video did not Twitter. She was doing my makeup. So the person said, this girl is actually a light because she lights up every room she walks into. And there's
Yes,
Yoku.
she does.
And there's Yoku. Are you tired? All right. She's actually a light. And I am very, very grateful. I gave you a short period and you actually came. You came. It's actually very beautiful. Thank you, Mr. Ben.
Thank you so much.
High five testimony.
Tia Dalu.
I said Dalu no.
Hello. Tessie. Say Dalu. Say Dalu.
Dayu.
Say thank you.
Thank you very much.
Okay, I'll call me a cough.
Thank you very much for coming.